once every month or so, I like to get in touch with my next guest and see what's happening on his side of the river. New businesses and the possibility of a new school system are just a couple of things that are going on in his city. Northport Mayor Bobby Herndon is here to tell me more. Mayor, it's good to see you again.
Hey, always a pleasure.
How you been?
Been good, been good. Just enjoying the summer. All the kids and grandkids are out of school, and a lot of them are hanging out with me during the day.
Making you crazy.
Making me crazy. Crazier. But it's good. You know, the city of Northport is going great.
Well, super. You mentioned to me a bond rating that you guys are pretty proud of.
We know 4 years ago, Northport never had a bond rating. I don't really know why, but we got a bond rating which saves our citizens, you know, millions of dollars in interest and stuff. The first bond rating we got was an A+, and then about a year ago, Standard & Poor's bumped us up to an A+ with a positive outlook because they liked the way things were going. And then without us even requesting it, a week before last, we got a letter where they had bumped us up to a AA-, and our outlook now is stable.
Wow.
Which is it's big time. Mm-hmm. You know, it might not seem like much of a jump, but all the bankers and investors that I talk to say that's awesome.
Well, that's good.
It is.
Now, another thing that you guys have been tossing around the idea and trying to figure out if it would work or not, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you're a fan of this idea and you'd like to see it happen. There's been talk about a Northport City school system. Right.
A few months back at a council work session, it was brought up about our long-range plan, our comprehensive plan, and one of the items mentioned was creating a Northport City school system. Mm-hmm. What we want to do is get some professional folks to evaluate, to consult us, to say, yes, this would be the best thing for your children, this would be the best thing for your city. A great school system is, you know, is an economic driver. Mm. And last week we had the state of the school address, and you know, I was raised in the city school systems. My wife and our children, grandchildren, in the county school systems. I love them both. But we just want to see if it would be the best thing for the citizens of Northport to have their own school system. And we're going to investigate it. And if it comes out and says, yes, it is the best thing, I'll be behind it 110%. But if it comes back and says it's not the best thing, it's going to cost too much money, we don't know if the grades will improve, then, you know, I'll be against it.
Right.
But, you know, but we'll see how it goes.
Now, and if you guys were to do this, that would mean that you would absorb some of the current county schools.
Well, right now, there's a third of the students in the county school system are residents of Northport. Mm-hmm. We have 9 schools inside the city limits of Northport. I think the only school with any debt is Tuscaloosa County High School. Mm-hmm. You know, from what I'm understanding, we'd have to pay off whatever debt there is on that, but all the other schools would come into the city of Northport. It's the best that I understand the way the thing would work. But, you know, there's a lot to discuss, a lot to think over. We want to get some public input, but it's been about 200 to 1 for investigating this and just see if it would be worthwhile.
Now, I'm curious as to what you guys would be able to do that the county school system isn't already doing to make things better. Well, what new dimension, or maybe it's a funding issue? I don't know. You tell me.
Well, that's things we're going to have to check out and see. One thing I would like to see us do is more vocational stuff.
Ah.
You know, you can get a college degree, but sometimes you can't find a job. And, you know, I'd like to see more vocational stuff. We have Kentucky Arts and Crafts, you know, headquartered in Northport. I'd like to see arts and crafts incorporated into our city school system if it comes to fruition. Just a lot of things we'd like to try to do. I know some of our local schools, the graduation rates are 54, 59%, 75%. And anything that we can do to improve the students, improve the grades, more community involvement, you know, I want to check it out. And like I said, if it doesn't come back affirmative, then we won't do it.
Right. All right, Mayor, well, it's good to see you again.
You too, my friend.
And I hope that goes well for you. Well, whenever we get the study back, I'm going to want to talk about it.
Well, I'll be happy to talk about it.
All right, super. Yeah. You can find out more about what's going on in the city of Northport by calling 205-339-7000 or online at cityofnorthport.org. Superman.